Good morning, everyone. It's Chris, better known as Crispy Capping from Twitter, YouTube as well. Man, yesterday was a good day. Today's April 19th, 2022. Wanted to do a quick recap video of yesterday, along with looking ahead to today's slate and let you guys know what I'll be looking for. So not going to take too much time this morning, but, I like doing these early morning videos. I think that they are helpful. I think it gives you guys a analysis of what I'm looking at as far as today. But let's go back. Let's reflect back a little bit, and then we'll look ahead towards today. Last night was a good night, man. Shout out to the Crispy Capping community. We had a lot of speakers up last night in the Twitter space who gave out a bunch of plays that cashed last night, man. So shout out to you if you were in the space last night. Personally, I went 4-1. Will Barton, point, rebound, or assist away from sweeping. I took his over 24.5, and that failed. He landed on that number, so we fell on the hook 24. But Embiid under 24.5 points plus rebounds cashed. Shaky start because he did start the game off really, really well. But, they were able to kind of everybody else, I guess I would say. And that's what I anticipated when I took that line, is that everybody else on the Philadelphia 76ers would also play well enough that Embiid wouldn't have to, get over that number or get to that number. Denver first quarter, plus 2.5. That was a shaky one, even though they started really, really well. Man, that Golden State offense looks really, really good. They look like they're clicking on all cylinders, even though they haven't had a lot of time to play together throughout the season. So that was another winner. And then we had the parlay. Will Barton, like I said, he finished on the hook, 24.5 PRA. He finished right on the hook with 24. But then, shout out to my guy Finesse, shout out to Prop God. They did a baseball space yesterday on Twitter, baseball spaces. And, we collectively came up with the Sixers, Padres, and Dodgers money line that cashed in a parlay. But then I also had, the Sixers, Dodgers money line parlay together. So, really good night overall. One of those was minus 114, the Sixers and Dodgers, and then the Sixers, Dodgers, and Padres was, plus 193. So yeah, shout out to, to everybody who tailed. Like I said, a bunch of guys came into space yesterday and gave out a bunch of plays that hit, from the Fred VanVleet threes to, the Aaron Gordon under, bunch of plays hit yesterday. But looking ahead, man, I think, I don't like to dwell too much on yesterday. Looking ahead to today, we got 3 really good games today, man. In my opinion, I think at Atlanta, Miami is a little more competitive than it was yesterday, than it was on Sunday. But I'm also looking at, the New Orleans Pelicans and Phoenix Suns game. I think, it took New Orleans a while to kind of come out, which is why and I anticipated that. I capitalized on that as well. Phoenix first quarter and first half, just to kind of set the tone in the series. That play cash. So shout out to everybody who tailed and that cashed in the community as well. Most interestingly, though, I think the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Memphis Grizzlies. I'm really, really glad that this game, is on in a night where we're not having to decide whether we want to watch this or we want to watch the Boston Celtics play against the Brooklyn Nets, because I think those 2 series are going to be my favorite. Quickly becoming my favorite. Minnesota, Memphis, man. I watched the post-game interviews. The Memphis players look really, really frustrated and angry that they lost. You could just tell it in their body language. I don't think that they're trying to back down or want to back down at all, but this is a position that they haven't been in before, being the 2 seed, overplaying their expectations, right? No one predicted, Memphis to finish in the 2 seed. And you get a hungry team like the Minnesota Timberwolves who are, have a great leader in Patrick Beverley that's not going to lay down to anyone. So Memphis will have to beat them versus Minnesota losing that game and just kind of giving up. Really interesting stuff. What I'm looking at in this game and what I wanted to share, I'm interested to see coaching wise. I do think that Finch got out coached I do think that Taylor Jenkins got out coached by Chris Finch, the Minnesota Timberwolves coach. I think the biggest mismatch I saw, and I'm interested to see what happens today, is what they end up doing. What the Memphis Grizzlies end up doing with Steven Adams. He was he was not effective at all, specifically on the defensive end. If you watched that game, you saw Anthony Edwards kind of set the tone early. There was a lot of 3 and 5 pick and rolls where, you know, you would just kind of call Anthony Edwards would call up, you know, Karl Anthony Towns, who was being guarded by Steven Adams. And then you get the switch, and Anthony Edwards was able to eat, you know, based upon that matchup. So I'll be looking at that today. I'll be looking at that, you know, just to kind of see what they do in that situation, and what adjustments are made. So Steven Adams finished the game with 0 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists. That's not a Steven Adams type game. He did not shoot the ball at all either. 0 for 0. He finished the game with a -13. And Brandon Clark off the bench finished the game, you know, with 13 points and 12 rebounds. He was a +2 while he was on the court. That's the second highest plus minus behind Xavier Williams. So it'll be interesting to see if you know, Jenkins decides to play Brandon Clark even more minutes. It was a 27 minutes for Brandon Clark compared to 24 minutes for Steven Adams. So that's what I'll be looking forward to the most. I do think that you get a really motivated Memphis team. They're good. They're really, really good. But, you know, let's not sleep on how well the Timberwolves are as well. And, you know, they say the series doesn't start until the home team wins a game in your gym, in the you know, the home team's gym. And that's exactly what happened. So let's see how Memphis responds to being punched in the mouth first in this game. Spaces will be 5:30 Eastern time as always. If you enjoyed this video, you know, consider subscribing, consider sharing it, consider, you know, giving it a thumbs up. We're going to keep making videos. We're going to keep cashing for the community. All the picks are always free. I gave an update yesterday on the t-shirts. They'll be sent out before this week ends. 2-day tracking, 2-day shipping with tracking available as well. So look forward to those. Thanks to everybody who purchased ones. The black ones are on the way as well. Delay on the hats, but they're coming also. But yeah, that's what I wanted to kind of chop it up with you guys about this morning, man. Make a quick video. You know, good luck on all your tickets you placed today. Let's cash.